Hi, my name is Alec with Coaching the Red Line. I'm a life coach and spiritual director. I work with pastors and leaders in the local church, but I also love to work with small business owners and salespeople. I have Jaxon Heglin with Heglin Industries
Enterprises.
Enterprises. Nice. And you're doing some demolition and work with builders who want to get the thing cleared out. We're gonna start at the beginning though. Where were
Alrighty.
you raised? What was childhood life like? What were your family of origin?
So I grew up in Deer Park, Washington. I grew up on, a little 20-acre farm.
Oh, nice.
Wake up in the morning before school, have to go out and throw hay and water the animals,
All
things like
right.
that, collect eggs. And then, following that, once I got old enough to actually start working, whether, legal work or under the table, I was doing a bunch of construction and, I basically farmhand out bucking hay in the summer and shoveling driveways in the winter and whatnot. Then as I got older, I got more into the construction side and started drifting away from farming and whatnot
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't really pay all that well and it
Yeah.
was pretty well seasonal. Granted, construction is as well, but there's more room for advancement on that.
Yeah.
And I started bouncing around from job to job, got bored with it. I've always had the entrepreneurial mindset. I've always wanted more than, just the 9 to 5.
Uh-huh.
And I can remember the first job that I had on the books was for a trust company up in Deer Park.
Mhm.
And I ended up being their forklift operator.
Yeah.
And one day I'm out standing out at the propane tank because the forklift was, powered by propane,
Uh-huh.
and I was filling the tank. And I'm sitting there looking at the shop, and all I could think is, this can't be it.
Uh-huh.
There's got to be more. And so from then on, I just, been pushing for more and striving for more. And
Mm-hmm.
I got hooked up with Service Master and started running their demo crew for them. And, tried this, that, and the other. And then a few years ago, me and a buddy of mine were having a beer out in my shop, and he looks at me and goes, "Get your GC license." I looked at him like, "Dude, I don't want to get back into construction. I've been doing that for as long as you've been a project manager. I don't want to do it." He goes, "You're not. You're going to be tearing houses apart." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He goes, "Our boy Dylan's got more work than he can handle, and I keep throwing it his way." He goes, "Get your GC license, get insurance, get everything, and I'll start throwing you work."
Yeah.
And that was back in 23,
Nice.
like middle of or beginning of February. And so I hit the ground running, and I'm fortunate enough to get a contract with, one of the biggest mitigation companies around.
Nice.
And so, yeah, I've been running for them. Biggest winter is my busy season because, all the water breaks
Yeah.
and things like that. And, this time of year I started slowing down. So,
Yeah. So what was your family like? You had siblings? You
oh,
only
yeah.
child?
Um, So my mom met my stepdad when I was 17. My mom's got 3 kids. I'm the oldest, my younger brother, and my younger sister. My stepdad, who I consider my dad because from 17 to 20, he was more of a dad to me than my father was from, birth to 17.
Yeah.
And so he's got 4 kids.
Oh, okay. So you got a big
And
family.
yeah, so bringing them all together under one roof, it was fun. It was chaotic,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
7 kids and a family farm. I love it.
Yep,
That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. You ever miss the farm?
all the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking back on it now, I think to myself all the time what I wouldn't give to go back to 15, making $100 a day throwing hay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my boss would walk up to all of us. We'd be all be sitting on the trailer with a cold beer and $100 bill wrapped around it and said, "Here you go."
Nice.
That was our payment every day. What I wouldn't go or give to go back to that. No worries in the world, no responsibilities. Just make sure you don't kill the guy you're throwing hay at.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, one of the things I like to talk about, because I'm a life coach, I'd like to talk about adversity and difficulty and how it's shaped us, how it's made us, given us, grit, determination, sort of pushed us forward, made us who we are. What's a
Absolutely.
time in your life where you feel like, man, that was tragedy and awful, but man, it really made me something better.
Every day of my life.
Yeah?
I mean,
Talk about that.
I didn't wake up with a silver spoon, or I wasn't born with a silver spoon or anything like that. Everything that I've had, I've had to work my ass off for.
Yeah.
Literally, I grew up with, if you want it, go out and work for it.
Yeah.
Nothing was handed to me.
Nice. Nice. That's a classic farmer kid, though.
Exactly.
Like everybody I know ever raised on a farm is like the hardest working people, They're
Yep.
ingenuitive. They're resourceful. They can
Yep.
just get shit done no matter what. Like I
Exactly.
can always get stuff done. It doesn't matter what the problem is, baling wire and duct tape. And
Yes,
we'll get
sir.
everything fixed. Nice. What are you currently seeking clarity or direction around these days?
I honestly, I've been looking into real estate for the last decade or so, which, completely off the wall left field out compared to what I do.
Yeah.
And for the longest time I was looking into like wholesaling and whatnot. And, everyone around here that is a wholesale guru was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to train you because you'll be competition." It's like, dude, we're Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. There's, million plus different houses around us.
Right.
Houses are constantly being built. I'm not going to be competition. I'm not the type to learn from a video.
Yeah.
Give me 2 weeks, let me work shoulder to shoulder with you.
Right.
I'll either bring people to you or, however. I don't want to be competition. I just want to learn.
Yeah.
And so I've really been wanting to get into real estate and
Okay.
And honestly, with the junk removal and demolition, I think that, or I feel that
You're
they
in
could
proximity.
exactly,
Nice.
buy a house that is just absolutely run down, go through, clean it all out.
Right.
I've got a list of contractors that can do damn near anything.
Right.
And so, I go in, clear it all out, and then have everyone else go in and get everything fixed up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's great. What are you excited for 2026? What's really looking good to you?
I honestly just expansion and growth. I've got, back to the demolition side. I've got a couple good sized jobs that are coming in that I'm chomping at the bit on one of them. And another, it's actually an apartment complex over in Coeur d'Alene. An investor's working on buying it. It's a 16 unit that he wants to convert into 10.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen and gathered, I'm really the only demolition guy that's reached out to him.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm just waiting on that one to come through. I've also got probably shouldn't say too much on this because everything's still in the process, but I've got a decent sized demo coming up later on this year somewhere here in Spokane.
Nice.
A developer is buying basically like a shut down motel.
Uh-huh.
And he wants essentially the building deleted so he can go through and rebuild.
Okay.
So
what's a perfect client, Jaxon? If someone out here is watching and they say, "Oh, he does demolition," what's the perfect client? If you could niche it to the very smallest, narrowest thing. I know you do all kinds of demolition.
Right.
If someone wants to tear down a barn, you could do that. If someone's building a high-end kitchen, you could clean out the old and
Yep.
But what is a perfect customer? If you could work for 1 week for just the perfect client, who would he be?
Basically anyone that's got an old, beat up, dilapidated, and I mean, honestly, it doesn't even have to be old and beat up, but a house that they just want to completely change the layout in.
Right.
Have me go through and just take everything down to studs.
Nice. That's clear and concise. Awesome. How long you been in business? What's your
just over 3 years.
Nice. All right. One of the things I also like to talk about is, I'm a life coach.
Yeah.
And I love to help people get to the next level. I love to work with people who want to see a change. They want to see a transformation, a
Right.
better outcome. What's a person in your life who noticed you and gave you attention and helped you, make it to the next level, or just make it, not die trying?
Honestly, I'd have to say my buddy John that got me hooked up with ServPro.
Nice. Good. What do you do? Can you talk more about?
He's the project manager that I was telling you about that was having a beer with me in my shop.
Okay.
And I've known him since probably the first day of middle school.
Oh, nice.
He moved up from California, stepped onto the bus, and we just hit it off like that.
Okay.
He's been there through all the trials and, all the ups and downs, and we've kept in pretty good contact, and so he pretty well knows everything that's going on. And he looks at, and at that time I was going through a bit of a rough patch because I walked away from my last job because I was slinging solar at the time, and I was getting more doors and fingers slammed in my face than people signing up for it. And I had a kid and I had another one on the way, so I needed to come up with some money in a real quick hurry. And so the fact that he looks at me and goes, "Get everything up and going and you'll have work."
Nice.
He's like, "You'll be making more money than you know what to do with."
Yeah.
So
What do you actually like about Demolition?
it's anger management.
It is.
And I get paid for it.
It's hard work, but you're right. At the end of the day, you have to pound some shit.
Exactly. I don't have to worry about, don't break this or don't do that. Go in and rip it all out. Who gives a shit how it goes?
That's awesome.
As long as I don't kill myself or the guy that I'm working with. And
yeah. It's funny. One of the things I like best, I used to be an electrician, for 7, 8 years. I think Rough In was my favorite because you just had studs.
Yep.
And there was nobody around, and you didn't have to worry about the floors.
Exactly.
You just get busy, and you're just pulling wire, and you just got the studs to look at.
Jamming out to music and enjoying
it. On loud, unless it's wintertime and you're freezing your butt off.
Oh, that's when you bring in. That's when you bring in a couple heaters.
Yeah, they got the heaters. Yeah, But all I'm saying is, in the summertime,
you got
the music up loud and it's blowing, and I do like roughing in a house and just studs. There's something about working with studs,
right?
In just a house, that's cool.
Yeah, no, honestly. I said my favorite thing about it's anger management, but no, honestly, my favorite thing about it is being part of the transformation.
Transformation. It's funny. While you were about to say that, I was thinking it. Like watching something change.
Yep, exactly.
From dirty and disgusting, or maybe even full of, really bad shit.
Yep.
Turning it into, okay, this is a clean, tidy little place. Like we can really make something and transform it.
I've actually got one up in Green Bluff area.
Nice.
Up just up around the Maverick on Highway 2 there.
Okay.
It was a full gut that I did this last summer.
Nice.
And the contractor on it is keeping me updated on, the rebuild and whatnot. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to be able to go back in and see how it all turned out. And
all right.
So, yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. It's probably going to take the better part of a year for him to do it, though.
Good. Okay, best way for people to get a hold of you, if there's someone out there and they're thinking, hey, man, I flip 7 houses a year. I'd love to have a guy that's just available to me. We're going to put your website right here on the bottom, or your phone number.
I was going to say, mind if I just hold up my business card to the camera?
I don't think it'll be video sensitive, but...
Fair enough. My phone number is the best way to get a hold of me. Call, text, whichever. My number is 509-638-3179.
All right, we'll put this right there.
Perfect.
All right, hey man, thanks for coming on my podcast. I'm going to turn this into a couple of commercials that you can throw out there.
Awesome.
On the World Wide Web. My name's Alec Jaxon. He does Demolition. I do coaching. If you know a pastor or a leader or a business owner, or especially salespeople, I'd love to get an introduction. Thanks. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time.